Gold is having its most explosive year since the 1970s. The question isn't if you should be paying attention anymore, but whether this is a once-in-a-generation buying opportunity or a dangerous trap for investors showing up to the party late. So let's look at what the data is really telling us. Section 1. The gold rush of 2025. First, let's get the facts straight. Gold has been on an absolute tear. While the price today, November 14, 2025, is hovering around $4,165 an ounce, it briefly shot past $4,380 just last month. That puts the year-to-date gain at a staggering level, with some analysts noting a performance of over 50% so far this year. This isn't just another market rally, it's one for the history books, and that creates a classic investor's dilemma. Do you jump in, fearing you'll miss out on more gains? Or do you hang back, worried you're buying at the absolute peak right before a painful correction? To figure that out, we need to know what's really driving this. Is it just a bubble, or is something much bigger at play? Section 2. What's driving the surge? This isn't just random market noise. There are powerful forces at work here. First, and most importantly, central banks are buying gold at a historic pace. Institutions in countries like China, Poland, and Turkey have been acquiring over 1,000 tons annually for the last 3 years. This is a massive strategic shift away from the US dollar. These banks aren't speculating. They're making a long-term move to diversify their reserves, creating a solid floor under the price of gold. Second, the Federal Reserve has started cutting interest rates. For gold, that's like adding fuel to the fire. When interest rates fall, holding cash or bonds becomes less attractive. That makes a non-yielding asset like gold a much more appealing choice for preserving wealth. And third, there is simply a tidal wave of investor interest. From major institutions to everyday retail buyers, people are flocking to gold as a hedge against inflation and global uncertainty. This is reflected in the significant inflows into gold-backed ETFs we've seen this year. So before we get into what the heavy hitters on Wall Street are predicting for gold's next move, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel immensely and ensures you don't miss our future analyses. Section 3. The billion-dollar forecast. So where does gold go from here? While no one has a crystal ball, the consensus among major financial institutions is shockingly bullish. For example, Wells Fargo recently updated its forecast, predicting gold could climb to a range of $4,500 to $4,700 an ounce by the end of 2026, and they aren't alone. JP Morgan is reportedly even more aggressive, with projections that gold could top $5,000. Seeing this kind of alignment from the world's top financial minds is rare, and it suggests they believe this rally still has a long way to go. Section 4. Is it a trap? The bear case. All right, we have to look at the other side of the coin. What are the risks? The most obvious one is buying an asset that's already at a record high. Even bullish analysts admit that short-term pullbacks are possible after such a powerful run. If the US dollar were to unexpectedly strengthen, or if the Fed reversed course and started hiking rates again, that would create major headwinds for gold. And of course, if geopolitical tensions were to ease significantly, some of gold's safe haven appeal could fade. It's also important to remember what gold is. It isn't a growth asset like stocks, which generate profits, and it's not a speculative asset like Bitcoin, which can have explosive, but highly volatile, returns. Gold's primary job is to be a stable store of value and a portfolio diversifier, which it does incredibly well due to its near-zero correlation with the stock market. So, back to the big question, is now the time to buy gold? The data shows this isn't just a speculative frenzy. The rally is backed by powerful long-term trends, massive central bank buying, a supportive Federal Reserve, and a global rush to safety. While short-term pullbacks are always a risk, the world's largest financial institutions are betting on significantly higher prices ahead. Ultimately, the decision comes down to your personal investment strategy. For those seeking a hedge against inflation and a stabilizer for their portfolio during these uncertain times, the evidence suggests that gold is playing its role perfectly. The experts aren't treating this as a question of if you should own gold, but rather how much. But that's just what the data says. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on gold's historic run? Are you buying, holding, or staying on the sidelines? Let me know in the comments below.